Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to do my first Arduino project and I'm really going to start from scratch. I've watched several videos on YouTube by people who explain how to install. I've watched another videos how to program and also where to find your the programs that you actually want to load into the Arduino. And I want to make a subscriber counter for my channel. Uh, yeah, I'm not sure it's useful necessarily for you, or you also have a channel, but at least you can see from all the start what you need to do. And I found a very nice kit from AMStudio, and it is based on, well, it's not the official Arduino, but it is the VMOS D1 Mini, and it is based on the ASP8266. So when we install the Arduino software, we need to load into the board manager these extra chips because they are not officially for an Arduino. If you do want to support the Arduino company, then you of course buy it there and not on the AliExpress or Banggood or wherever it is available. Then you do that there. So what I want to do is use this LED matrix board. So we have huge displays and play with that. The chip that controls it is the Max 7219, and yeah, you can just connect it with 5 wires to the VMOS, and the VMOS is very small, so we can have a little look on the microscope, and it is just connected with USB to the computer. So I didn't have any drivers, but maybe it's not needed. So let's have a closer look. Okay, let's put the Arduino under the microscope. I think I need to tilt it a little bit so we can have a better look. Yes, focus a little bit. I can see if I can zoom in a little bit more. Yes. Well, here you can see it is based on this ASP8266. It includes the Wi-Fi module 2.4 gigahertz, and yeah, it is an all-in-one chip. And I already had a quick look in the bottom. Oh, it's upside down. Here is the USB chip, so that will not be a problem. It's the famous CH340. So that one I installed already once, or Windows already detected it by himself before. I never have a problem with the CH340, so I will just leave the driver as it is. And when I plug it in, I will just look in the device manager to see what port it is. And the rest is not much. There are some resistors, pull-ups, pull-downs, I think. And yes, on the other side there is also not much. Only thing I see is a little reset button. I think it's reset. Does it say on the bottom? Yes, it is the reset button. Come on, here are all your ports. On the microscope it all looks very big, but look at this. It is a little bit bigger than a stamp, a postage stamp. Look at this. The display is indeed very big, and it is a real matrix. And because you only connect like 4 or 5 wires, I think it's kind of a serial signal that you can put into it. And you can also chain them if you need a bigger display. I'm not sure how that works yet, but I'm just gonna play with the kit as it is. I will leave, of course, the item links below. So as I mentioned before, I'm really gonna start from scratch. So I'm gonna show you how to install the Arduino software, install the extra boards in the board manager, and of course first we need to see if the serial port is created and what serial port number it will become. Because yeah, I have so many USB devices, so you never know. It's COM3, COM4, COM5, COM6. And then you need to make your guess, but I will show you how you can easily find out which one it will be. I have new screen recording software, so let's see how that works out. Okay, we're just gonna start from the start. I created a little document for myself where I collected all the links that we need, and I will put those also in the comments. And yeah, thanks again to the AMStudio because he prepared most of it. His video I will also put in the link. We start there by installing the Arduino software, and that is the official software from the official company. So let's do that. Here we find that. This is the latest version. I will do from Windows 7 and up. That is here on the right. So I will click on that one. And as you can see, it will download here on the left. It is 150 megabytes. So we just let that run. Yeah, and as I mentioned before, you can also buy your hardware from this company, because if you buy it somewhere else, you of course do not support these. Okay, now it is in the download folder. I can just open it here, show in folder. I will just do that. And then it is here on the top. I will just click through it. Yes, I agree. Install everything, that is fine. I think I will just do this because it probably depends on. Yeah, and Windows is smart enough to, if this is an older driver, then Arduino USB, yes, why not? Yes, why not? Completed, perfect. Okay, then we go back to our document. Well, it could be interesting to look at the GitHub where the whole project is put. For me it was a bit complicated, to be honest, but I think if you want to look deeper into this project, this is great. I put this link here because here is the board manager that we need to add to the Arduino software. That link is also here, so I will use this link. You will find that also in the description. And this we need to add to the Arduino software, but my screen recorder will stop when I start it. Well, what we're going to do, we're gonna add this link into the Arduino, so I will already copy it. We start the Arduino software, then we go to preferences and we add that as the board manager. Control V, okay. Then we go to tools, then we have here the board, we go to the board manager. And then we need to add, and we need to add here the chip, so that is the ASP8266. Yes, and this one we're going to install. Then it will install all the boards that it knows with the 8266. Okay, it did that. Then we can select the board that we want, and we do this from this list, and then we get the VMOS D1 R2 and Mini. I have the Mini, so I will do this one, or the clone, but probably we just do this one. Okay, the software is now prepared. Okay, we have installed the Arduino software. We did the board manager, selected the correct board. Now we need to see if we can detect this as a USB device. So yeah, it has this USB, but it is not a round one. It is with a little flat thing, asymmetrical. Yeah, deze. So I hope it focused. No, it doesn't. Well, this is the one that should be. So I try to do that. Then I always open the device manager, so we'll go back to the screen recorder. Okay, yeah, before we connect the USB, we go to Manage Device Manager, we open the ports, and now we can connect the Arduino, and we already have 1 and we have 9. So what happens if we connect the USB? We are getting a COM3. Okay, that's perfect. We can close this. We open the Arduino software. We need to tell it needs to connect to COM3. We go to Tools. We have here port. We switch it to COM3. Now it is connected to COM3. Let's do verify. It is compiling the sketch, the program, well, it's sort of empty. That takes a while compiling. Okay, I think it is done. Can we now upload? So I'm just uploading the empty sketch. And I think in the left bottom here we should see the communication. It's opening COM3, it's writing all the data, and it is done. Hard resetting, leaving. Okay, so the test works. Now we can connect the hardware and then try to load the proper software. Okay, well, connecting is the easy part. On the display there are 5 pins. It is VCC, ground, D-in, CS and CLK. And those need to be connected, well, the VCC to the 3v3, then the ground to the G, then the D-in to D8, the CS to D7 and the CLK to D6. So that is just connecting the cables to this nice device. And I want to make that it makes sense. So okay, I do it the other way around. I do the pins here because the antenna is here, but then I can leave it like this because the cables will be put in the top and then the antenna is in the top. So I'll do it upside down and I will try to solder this. Okay, that is one. Try to do it as straight as possible. Doesn't look too bad. So we do the second. Again, try to do as straight as possible. We just do one first. Then we can see if it's straight. No, it's not. Not even close. No. Almost straight. And we can do the rest. Okay, that is done. Then we put the cable. Well, the red is the second, not the first, but still I like the red to be VCC. So I do the red for VCC. I do the brown for ground, just because it makes more sense. So the same I do here. So the VCC needs to go to 3 volts. So there is a 3v3, this one. Okay, then we need ground. Where is the ground? Okay, that is the one here. It's all labeled on the board. Then I do the next one. That would be, then I can just go in order. That are just data pins. So then the D-in is orange and the D-in orange go to D8. So orange to D8. Where is my D8? Oh. D8 is on this side. it's very small. D8 is here. Okay. Then I have CS. CS is yellow. CS goes to D7. D7. And then the green. CLK. D6. Well, that is automatically the next one there. Okay. Then this should be it. Now we're going to load the program. Okay, now we need to download the software that actually controls all the LEDs and just runs the program. So we're going to do that now. I also will provide that link. And we this little button. Right click, download. Okay, there it is. It will be in my download folder. It is a zip file. We unzip that. Okay, I will just leave it in the whole folder. Extract. In the same here. Okay. Okay, we need to remember that ASP. Okay, restart Arduino. I will plug it in meanwhile. Blink, blip, blip. Then we need to open the sketch. Are we still on the correct chip? Let's see. Board. Yeah, we are still in this board. That is good. Then we open. Then we go to the downloads. And then okay, we have the software here, and it is made here by Pavel Hernik. Thank you, Pavel. Okay, the fonts automatically come also. That is good. There is only a little thing we need to change, and that is the password, the SSID, and the password, and the YouTube channel. Okay, now, well, you probably know your network. That is because if you look here, you can find, well, these are mine, no access Radio Shack, or the no access for downstairs, so that I will fill in. The password is of course for me. Now we need to find the YouTube channel. YouTube. And then I want the subscribers of my channel. I do Tony Albus, this one, and here is my ID without a slash. I copy this. That will need to be pasted in here. Okay, and here is my password. Okay, after we change that, this is the only thing you need to configure. So the YouTube channel you want to monitor, what is the SSID of your wireless network, and what is the password of your network. Then you verify. I found that this takes a little bit. Then it will compile it. That is the nice thing of the Arduino. It is one language, but it can compile it for different boards. That's why you need this board manager. So now it's actually translating it so that it works for this specific board. So if you have different boards, you don't need to remember that the board actually has a different processor and you need maybe a different language. You can always use this Arduino language. That is the cool thing. Okay, it seems that this is okay. Then we can upload it to the it is uploading now. Well, it's compiling first. and then we will see in the left bottom again if it's really uploading or not. Okay, that seemed to have worked. The display is a little bit difficult to see, but if you make it a little bit darker, now it's already better. Well, of course, I didn't put my password correct of the Wi-Fi, so it's still looking for that. But I will do that now. Okay, I'm now uploading with the correct password, so it should, yes, it's in. And now it should try to connect. And there it is. Oh, error. Okay, that doesn't work. It keeps saying error, error. And I've been reading some of the comments of the other videos, and there are 2 or 3 people that have done this before. And it turns out that, yeah, it were kind of old videos. So what they did, they get from your YouTube page, from the About page, they try to grab from the HTML page, but YouTube has changed the layout, and now that is not available anymore. But there is a YouTube API that you can use. There you can get your information from, but then of course you need to put the API key. But the code is a little bit different. I found also the code, so I will put that code underneath the link so you actually can build something that works. And I will now show you the video how you need to create that API key to get access to your statistics. Okay, I was trying to program it, but then it didn't work because I don't have the Arduino JSON library. So we need to see if we can get those. Okay, I was looking in the commands and someone fixed it. It has to do with the latest Arduino version. So that project goes from better to worse to worse to worse. Well, in a sense, the Arduino programming was great immediately. It worked immediately. Only the things that I found were already old, and the same for this one. So even I translated it to the English, which was almost already done. It was more like commenting and commenting the correct things, and I needed to change the rounding in the time format. But then in the end, it turns out that even though I created the key, the API key, and it will connect to the Wi-Fi, everything works. Only again, YouTube or Google changed something that they thought I think a year ago, that only having an API key is not enough. You also need another authentication token together with that. But you need to log in for that, and that is not possible because it's not like a browser where you can input also your key. So I need to look for another service. But in the end, the project kind of worked, but you cannot build it yet. So I will look into that other service. I think it was called YouTube site, and I continue with that tomorrow. And I will add it all together in a video so you don't have to make the same mistakes that I did. So for today, that's it. Oh, that was a pity. I've been trying now a few days, and even with that tool of TasteTheCode, seems very nice, but the servers are almost overloaded all the time. And he is not asking any money for it, for that service he provides, but it looks very, very nice. But as a new subscriber, you cannot subscribe, because what you need to do there is you can connect to your YouTube. you need to put your channel ID, and then you get the token back from him. And then in the back, he will create a token a different way and just get your information on the display with the token never arrived. So that is a bit of a pity because the idea is great. I really like that he did that and he provides it for free. But the downside is then that it's sometimes overloaded. So that's a pity. I've been checking more videos, people trying to make a subscriber counter because you see it does work. You just don't have the data. So in that sense, the project worked, but a lot of people just need to use old versions of the board manager or the JSON. They need to refer to an older version, or they use even 5 different plugins and all older versions. So I don't want to go there because then later, if something changes, the old versions don't work anymore. So I like to think of something that works on the latest versions. So, and I think we just need to go back to the HTML grabber, like the first project that we started. That code I will also leave in the bottom. And I think that is the biggest chance to make it work. So I'm thinking of just changing the, but it is my first project. But I'm thinking of changing the parser a little bit because I think now it's just looking for stats and the word stats doesn't appear there anymore. So I need to learn about a lot more about the parser that is used. But I did look at the source code of the status page of my channel, and indeed it just says subscriber dot dot. So maybe I can look for that string and then just even the number I can just put as a string, and then we don't need to do too many changes. But I just need to learn very quick now how to make that work. So if I make it work, that the HTML parser works again, and then you don't need to log in, you don't need to use a API token. So it's pretty straightforward. The only thing is you don't get your number that precise because it is a rounded number that you see on the about page. And but that is what we need to work with, I'm afraid. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.